everyone. I'm Cleary and I'm your transformational nutrition coach. And today I wanted to talk about relationship attachment styles. This is so important because, as you know, I'm all about having a balanced, fulfilled lifestyle. And a lot of times when we don't feel fulfilled with our life, it's because we're not in balance. We're focusing on certain areas in our lives and not the whole picture. So I'm all about, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, and having all of those in line and in balance and not being extreme in one area as in the other. And definitely in the emotional area, I am lacking. I definitely grew up in a household where we didn't really share or talk about that. We were a laughing family, maybe sometimes screaming and yelling, but definitely never crying and showing those vulnerable moments, And so I have a very hard time, and something I've been working on over the years to share more of that and not see it as like a bad, weak thing to be dependent on other people and to be vulnerable and to really share my weaknesses. And so this book that I'm going to be basing this off of, Attach, is amazing. So it's by Amir, Levine, and Rachel Heller, and they talk about 3 attachment styles that people are in. So you are either anxious, secure, or avoidant. So I would just want to read their quick definition of this. Avoidance. So it is very important for you to maintain your independence and self-sufficiency, and you often prefer intimacy to intimate relationships. Even though you do want to be close to others, you feel uncomfortable with too much closeness and tend to keep your partners at arm's length. You don't spend much time worrying about your romantic relationships or about being rejected. You tend not to open up to your partners, and they often complain that you are emotionally distant. In relationships, you are often on high alert for any signs of control or impingement on your territory by your partner. And anxious. You love to be very close to your romantic partners and have the capacity for great intimacy. You often fear, however, that your partner does not wish to be as close as you would like him or her to be. Relationships tend to consume a large part of your emotional energy. You tend to be very sensitive to small fluctuations in your partner's moods and actions. And although your senses are often accurate, you take your partner's behaviors too personally. You experience a lot of negative emotions within the relationship and get easily upset. As a result, you tend to act out and say things you later regret. If the other person provides a lot of security and reassurance, however, you are able to shed much of your preoccupation and feel content. Whereas if you're secure, you are being warm and loving in a relationship comes naturally to you. You enjoy being intimate without becoming overly worried about your relationships. You take things in stride when it comes to romance and don't get easily upset over relationship matters. You effectively communicate your needs and feelings to your partner and are strong at reading your partner's emotional cues and responding to them. You share your successes and problems with your mates and are able to be there for him or her in time of need. So I thought that was very interesting to get those really keyed in and defined. And the key thing that I love that they do in this book, it's all about effective communication and them stressing, and I love this, that there's nothing wrong with you being any of those styles, and to really just embrace that, know that about yourself, and just really effectively communicating that to your partner so they can decide if they want to or not. And if they don't, then good riddance, because they're not meant to be with you, right? And so I think a lot of times I know I wouldn't communicate really what I really wanted and needed from my partner. And then, obviously pain and suffering would come out from that because I'm really not sharing what I want from them, right? And thinking, well, shouldn't they already know this? Right? And being a real jerk about it. So, yeah, let's not do that anymore. And be better with effective communication, which is what I'm trying to work on so much. So let's learn this together, please. Let the world be a better place by doing this. So I love how they break it down for the 5 principles of effective communication. And that's the kind of the difference between someone who's more secure because they can express those kinds of things. So one is, and they're very straightforward. So one is you have to wear your heart on your sleeve, which I'm just like, that's so hard. So effective communication requires being genuine and completely honest about your feelings. And I love this. Be emotionally brave. So ding, 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 ding. A lot of us are not emotionally brave. I definitely wasn't, and I'm trying to be way more emotionally braver and braver. Brave heart, okay? So let's do this. 2 is focus on your needs, okay? The idea is to get your needs across. And when expressing your needs, we are always referring to needs that take your partner's well-being into consideration as well. If they end up hurting him or her, you are sure to get hurt too. After all, you and your partner are an emotional unit. And I love this because I think a lot of times we think, oh, well, I self-love, I need to look out for myself, which is very true. But you guys are when you're building a relationship with someone, you are an emotional unit together. So obviously you should genuinely care how this is going to affect them as well too, right? And they go on to say, when expressing your needs, it's helpful to use verbs such as need, feel, and want, which focus on what you are trying to accomplish and not on your partner's shortcomings. And so that's really cool. So number 3 is be specific. So if you speak in general terms, your partner may not understand exactly what you really need, which may lower his or her chances of getting it right. State precisely what is bothering you. And I am such... that's me so many times where I'm not super specific, and sometimes we think we are being specific and we really aren't. So yeah, let's work on that for sure. Number 4 is don't blame. So never make your partner feel selfish, incompetent, or inadequate. Effective communication is not about highlighting the other person's shortcomings, and making accusations will quickly lead you away from the point and into a dueling match. That's never happened to me. Always. And so make sure to find a time when you are calm to discuss things. You'll find that attempting to use effective communication when you're on the verge of exploding is a contradiction in terms. You'll most likely sound angry or judgmental. Yeah, I've done that plenty. So no more blaming, okay? 5, be assertive and non-apologetic. And I love this. So your relationship needs are valid, period. So I love this. I definitely have been embracing this more and realizing this and being super confident in this. Though people with different attachment styles may not see your concerns as legitimate, they are essential for your happiness, and expressing them authentically is crucial to effective communication. This point is especially important if you have an anxious attachment style, because our culture encourages you to believe that many of your needs are illegitimate. But whether they are legitimate or not for someone else is besides the point. They are essential for your happiness, and that is what is important. I love point number 5 because that is when it makes you so super confident in your style, who you are, and your being, and your happiness, that, you tend to just own it more and become way more confident, because you're just like, look, I know I need to feel really secure in this relationship. I need to know that you love me, so I need you to verbally express it to me every day. I need that for my happiness. And so for someone to be like, that's crazy, you're lunatic, right? Then obviously you guys aren't a match, and you guys are saving yourself years and years and years of pain and suffering. So This is really beautiful, and this is why this book, Attach, is so amazing, and I highly recommend everyone to read it. I was only going to read a little bit, and I pretty much read almost all of this book in one sitting because it had such juicy information, and my communication skills suck when it comes to being in a romantic relationship. So I was gobbling this up like there's no tomorrow. And because if I have that issue, then I'm sure a lot of you guys also have that same issue, because I know I'm not alone in this. So once again, please, please, please read this. Find out your attachment style. Don't see it as a bad thing, and just be proud of it and communicate with it more and save yourself some pain and suffering, because let me tell you, and I'm sure you've already been in it, is I too have been in tons of pain and suffering of not really knowing what my attachment style is. I'm definitely way more on the anxious side. I definitely have been on the avoidance side as well too, but as I start to realize, I am definitely more someone who is super loving and needs that love and affirmation all the time. And so, yeah, that's badass of me. So definitely owning it and expressing that to someone else and being confident in it. So I would love to hear in the comments below what your attachment style is and what makes it awesome and what do you love about it, you know, and let's brace that and let's not see it as a negative thing anymore, you know. And so also remember the 5 rules. I'm just going to review it real quick. Is wear your heart on your sleeve. 2, focus on your needs. And 3, be specific. 4, don't blame. And 5, be assertive and non-apologetic about it. And there you have it. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave them down below or email me at connect@jennycleary.net. Also, please like this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel above. If you want to find out more about living the fulfilled life through mind, body, and spirit. And and I love to end my videos by saying you guys are amazing, amazing beings. Please don't change yourself because what other people think. Who you are is who you are. You should never change yourself. If someone's trying to change you, it is because they aren't cool. I used to do that too, so nothing on their end. Just know that they just don't get it yet, okay? Like, you are who you are. They need to accept you for who you are. If not, like, there's billions of people in the world, okay? You are good, okay? There's nothing to worry about. So I love you guys, and take care, and talk to you guys next time.